Now at 5, the Webb City Fire Department cuts the ribbon on a new on-site training facility. Holiday hunger is growing in the 4 states, but one local supermarket is stepping up to help today.
The Trump administration touts significant progress in the peace negotiations to end the war in Ukraine. I'm Erica Brown with more from the White House on the high-stakes peace talks.
The 4 states' most watched news starts now.
Webb City firefighters now train where they serve using a new on-site tower that honors a fallen colleague. This is KOAM News. I'm Tanya Bach. The Webb City Fire Department held a ribbon cutting for its new on-site training tower today. The department built this tower because firefighters needed a local training facility to better prepare area first responders. The training facility honors Lieutenant Chance Wills, who died in 2015.
To dedicate it to Lieutenant Chance Wills, who was a member of our department that unfortunately we lost 10 years ago. He was very involved in training. He was very passionate about it. And honestly, this was kind of his vision 12 years ago when him and I had a discussion about it. We just weren't able to do it at the time, but as time went on, funds become available.
The tower cost only around $45,000. Similar structures can cost up to $400,000. Well, this holiday season, too many families are struggling to put food on the table, and our local pantries are working harder than ever to meet the growing needs of our neighbors. And today, one of our Feed the 4 State partners is hosting a collection drop-off. KOAM's Blake Goley joins us now live from Ron's Supermarket in Pittsburgh with the details.
Yes, we're at Ron's grocery store in Pittsburgh taking donations from the community to feed the 4 states. And I'm joined by Matt O'Malley from the Wesley House, the executive director of the Wesley House. And could you talk about the need you are seeing in the community?
Yeah, there's really a great need right now with the cost of goods rising and sort of uncertainty about SNAP benefits and things like that. The numbers that food pantries are seeing are certainly on the rise. And we're happy to be here to be able to help people make sure they have food on their tables.
And how will these donations help the community during the holiday season?
Oh yeah, they'll definitely help during the holiday season. So when we get the food back to the Wesley House, we sort it. It immediately goes into our pantry and we distribute it just immediately. It goes out very, very fast. So yes, people will have some of this food on their Thanksgiving tables. They'll have some of this food for Christmas dinners and all the nights in between.
And have you seen the need increase since the government shut down?
Yes, for example, the first 2 weeks of November were about 60% busier than the first 2 weeks of October. So our numbers certainly are on the rise a little bit, but that's okay. We're prepared to meet the need and feed as many people as we can.
Great, thank you. And again, we are encouraging people to come out. We will be here till 7 p.m. And if you can't come out, you can drop off any donations you may have to your local food pantry. I'm Blake Gully here live at Ron's grocery store. Back to you, Tanya.
All right, thanks, Blake. You can also make an online donation on our website at any time. Well, Chief Meteorologist Doug Hetty joins us now with a first look at weather.
Yeah, it turned out to be another gloomy morning. We had patchy fog across the region. We had some drizzle out there. Finally, the clouds have been breaking, so some sunshine while it lasts. Of course, it gets dark here right about now. Temperature is colder tonight. Most of us dropping back near freezing, so fairly cold night. Heading into Wednesday, we get some clouds in the afternoon. A much cooler day. We're talking about mid to upper 40s for highs. Clouds thicken tomorrow evening. You can see a couple raindrops, even a little pink trying to show up. We can't rule out a quick little shower or even a quick little snow shower as we get into Wednesday night. And then heading into your Thanksgiving, pretty good sunshine, temperatures into the mid to upper 40s for highs. We're going to look at your travel forecast coming up here in just a bit.
All right, thanks, Doug. Well, a U.S. official tells CBS News that Ukraine's government has agreed to a peace deal, though the White House is saying there are still a few delicate issues that need to be hammered out between Ukraine and Russia. CBS's Erica Brown is in Washington with the latest effort at ending the nearly 4-year war.
Ukraine and Russia traded deadly strikes overnight, killing at least 7 people in Ukraine's capital city and 3 in southern Russia.
In the last month, 25,000 soldiers have died.
It comes as U.S. officials negotiate the terms of a peace deal between the warring countries. President Trump was optimistic about the talks during the White House's annual turkey pardoning ceremony.
I think we're getting very close to a deal. We'll find out.
Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky hopes to meet with President Trump soon to work out what he called sensitive points.
We firmly believe security decisions about Ukraine must include Ukraine, because when something is decided behind the back of the country or its people, there is always a high risk that it simply will not work.
Ukraine's national security advisor said Tuesday that a common understanding has been reached on key terms of the U.S. brokered agreement, while Russia's foreign minister declined to directly comment on the plan.
But I think the big resistance that'll probably come out of the Kremlin will have to do with some of what they always describe as the underlying conditions, which is security guarantees for Ukraine, but some way precluding them from joining the NATO alliance.
In a social media post, White House Press Secretary Caroline Leavitt said there are a few delicate but not insurmountable details that must be sorted out and will require further talks between Ukraine, Russia, and the United States. Erica Brown, CBS News, the White House.
President Trump posted on Truth Social that he has directed Special Envoy Steve Witkoff to meet with President Putin in Moscow. And at the same time, Secretary of the Army Dan Driscoll will be meeting with the Ukrainians. He added he will meet with the two leaders only after the deal is in its final stages. Still ahead, a growing food movement.
It's got people lining up and down the block just for a taste. I'm Michael George with why halal food is having a moment.
And next in Health Watch, nearly half of Americans taking weight loss drugs are thinking about skipping a dose for Thanksgiving dinner. See why doctors say that's not the best idea. Topping today's Health Watch, a new KFF health tracking poll shows 1 in 8 adults are currently using a GLP-1 drug for weight loss, diabetes, or other conditions. And some patients may be thinking about skipping their weekly doses during the holidays to savor the meal. Jared Hill has more on why doctors say it's not a good idea.
While more Americans are using GLP-1 medications for weight loss, some may be considering a holiday pause. A report from Sunlight.com, which sells compounded versions of the drugs, shows 40% of users plan to alter their routine on Thanksgiving.
They want to enjoy a meal with the family, so they don't want to limit themselves. Skipping a dose of the GLP-1 medication, if you're on it for a period of time, is not very advisable.
Dr. Haney Tekla is with Orlando Health.
If you're taking it for diabetes, you might see a little bit of elevation of your blood sugars. If you're taking it for weight loss, the things that you could experience is that the hunger sensation might return. So you will probably eat a little bit more than what you're used to, or maybe even more than your capacity. So you might experience some nausea or fullness sensation.
Skipping a dose can also lead to regaining weight, even if you stop the medication for a short period of time. If you're considering making any changes to your medication, Dr. Tekla recommends talking to your doctor first. He also encourages patients to have a plan for the holiday meal.
Try to eat your protein first, try to increase the fiber in your diet. Take your time to enjoy the meals with the family. That will give your body time to kind of have that mental satisfaction from that process. In addition to, will actually give your body a break or time to metabolize the food well.
And that's something he advises for his patients on these medications all year long. Jared Hill, CBS News, New York.
Doctors also recommend GLP-1 users to remember to stay hydrated and limit alcohol. Well, it is a National Family Caregivers Month, acknowledging the 63 million Americans who serve as caregivers to a loved one. According to AARP, about a third of them are part of the so-called sandwich generation, raising children at the same time. Now, one resource many caregivers may not be aware of is the GUIDE program. It's administered through the Centers for Medicare and Medicaid, and it helps caregivers by providing coordinated care for Alzheimer's and dementia patients. The best part, it is free of charge.
The Care Navigator sets up a plan of care for you and makes sure that you have access to vital resources that you need. And it's a 24/7 hotline to ask questions, to find resources that are in your own community.
The Sandwich Generation Survival Guide podcast host Candace Delacona also says it's important to make sure to have the proper documentation, including power of attorney and healthcare directives, so that caregivers have the legal authority to act on behalf of their loved ones. Well, that's a look at today's health news. A little later, halal food draws long lines and new fans beyond the Muslim community.
And we have colder temperatures working in. We're going to look at that. Well, it turned out to be a chilly Tuesday for us today. Cold front kind of slid through, and the winds are going to pick up just a bit as we go through the evening and really overnight, and then a little bit on your Wednesday as well. But let's start off with travel forecast. So if you're traveling regionally across Kansas, Oklahoma, Arkansas, and Missouri, so this is at noon tomorrow. We're going to have some clouds rolling in, but if you're traveling, it looks pretty good. We get some clouds in here tomorrow night, maybe a random shower, and then heading into your Thanksgiving itself, quite a bit of sunshine, temperatures mainly into the upper 40s to near 50 degrees. All right, let's go outside. All the clouds we had earlier now pushing across south central Missouri. You can actually see a couple little showers up across northeastern parts of Missouri. Let me walk you through time. So as we go through tonight, look at the temperatures. They back down near that freezing mark, so a little bit colder to kick off your Wednesday. We start with sunny skies. We get a few mid and upper level clouds rolling in by the noon hour and then kind of thickening up as we get into the afternoon. Temperatures kind of mid to upper 40s, so quite a bit cooler. Heading into tomorrow night, clouds thicken and you can see one or two random light little showers popping up, maybe mixed in with a few flakes of snow. This doesn't look like a big deal, but something worth watching. And then heading into Thanksgiving, looks pretty good. Upper 40s to near 50 degrees, plenty of sunshine. Thursday night, if you're getting ready for possibly shopping on Friday, heading into Friday morning, another cold start, upper 20s to near 30 degrees. Now it gets a little windy. It's not like windy, it's high breezy. So we're gonna have these northwesterly winds kicking in by morning, kind of 15 to 20, and those gusts kind of 20 to 25 through the morning, and then they start to decrease as we go into Thursday. 33 to start, 44 by noon. We'll go with a high temp, 47. As we get into your Wednesday afternoon. Great shot. Cornell Arts and Entertainment Complex looking northeast, right through downtown. Through the evening, we slide back from the 50s, 40s, eventually into the 30s, but we're still in the 50s across the board for us right now. All right, down the road, here's our next wet system. This is going to start to roll in late Friday. So Friday, if you're traveling, clouds into the 40s. Watch the showers start to pick up Friday evening. If you're working up into northern Missouri, there is going to be sleet and snow, especially northeastern Missouri. We stay on the liquid side, showers across the region, but it does get a little interesting as the colder air slides in, and this is going to be a strong cold front. There could be a small little band of light snow on the back side. This pushes east, we clear out as we go into Sunday. So Sunday should be dry, but then on Monday, there's another weak little wave that slides in, and with it we can't rule out some light snow showers, but it's several days away. But again, it's definitely worth watching, and then we're pretty quiet and cold as we go through the rest of next week. So at least we have a few things to keep our eyes on over the next several days. All right, 47 on your Wednesday. Thanksgiving, 48. Evening showers Friday, but if you're getting out and shopping, mainly dry. Saturday is going to be on the wet side. Sunday, Monday really cools down. I mean, look at this, Monday and Tuesday, high temps into the upper 30s. That -1, that just dawned on me, Austin. That is my fault. It is not going to be -1 Sunday night. It'll be into the 20s.
Okay, that's good. That's good.
I'll fix that right now.
Yes, please do. We're not ready for that yet, Doug.
No, we are not.
Maybe for the taste of winter, but not -1.
Exactly.
All right, thanks, Doug. Well, coming up, halal restaurants boom as diners discover better tasting. Topping today's Consumer Watch, once exclusively enjoyed by Muslims, halal food is growing in popularity across the country. Michael George shows us why halal restaurants are having a moment.
Every day at noon on 6th Avenue in Manhattan, the longest line for lunch leads to the Halal Guy's cart.
I love this type of food. It's definitely worth the wait.
Halal food means meat prepared according to Islamic dietary guidelines. But lately, halal is seeing a boom of popularity among non-Muslims. Brian Katz says he's here at least once a week.
You don't have to be a certain religion to enjoy good food.
Zabia, a website and app that helps diners find halal spots, lists more than 12,000 halal restaurants in the U.S.
It's become very easy for restaurant owners to source halal meat and to open up to whole new markets.
At Turquoise, a Turkish restaurant in New York, the entire menu is halal. Owner Dennis Kochak says part of the appeal is halal preparation emphasizes ethical treatment of animals.
It means that the animals that are slaughtered are not neglected. When they are raised, they are well taken care of, well fed.
And she says you can actually taste the difference.
And since the animal was calmed down in the last minutes of its life, it also has lower cortisol and adrenaline, which translates to the meat being tasting better and also being more softer, more juicier.
Kochak encourages everyone to give it a try.
It's a feast for your palate, it's a feast for your eyes and also for your nose. You use most of your senses.
She believes good flavor transcends religion. Michael George, CBS News, New York.
In the U.S., food labeled as halal, it has to pass a certification process to make sure it was made according to proper guidelines. Well, Americans are gearing up for the Super Bowl of holiday shopping, Black Friday and Cyber Monday. Just 30 days from Christmas, a new retail survey from Deloitte finds more than 80% of people say they'll be making purchases during these shopping events. But with a majority of shoppers expecting higher prices on holiday goods, many say they're keeping their spirits bright and their wallets tight.
The average consumer is expected to spend $622, which still sounds like a lot this weekend, but that is down 4% versus last year. I think the bottom line here is people are looking for deals. Bank of America says 90% of people are going to go shop at a discount retailer. Okay, that's a lot, actually. And then 50% would consider giving a dupe, a fake product, to save money.
Consumers looking to get an early start on Black Friday have several options. Online retailers are already rolling out specials, and major brick and mortars are opening early, starting at 5 a.m. Well, U.S. senators asked federal regulators to invest Meta over claims the company profits from scam advertisements. A Reuters report alleges Meta earns up to $16 billion annually from ads for scams and banned goods. Meta says it removed more than 130 million pieces of scam ad content this year. Lawmakers want federal regulators to impose steep penalties. Local TV station group owner Sinclair has made an unsolicited bid to buy smaller rival EW Scripps for $7 per share. Sinclair has set a December 5th deadline for a response. Scripps says its board will review the offer. Sinclair says the merger would strengthen local journalism, though critics say it'll lead to more media consolidation. Sinclair owns or operates 185 TV stations, while Scripps operates more than 60 stations. Final check of the forecast is next. Up next on the CBS Evening News, the ultimate Thanksgiving showdown. What's on your plate, turkey or ham? The big debate tonight on the CBS Evening News. And then on KOAM News at 6, we head back out to Ron's Supermarket in Pittsburgh as we continue our campaign to feed the 4 states. Plus, Carthage breaks ground on a new high school performing arts center. And in sports, a preview of the Carthage football back in the Class 5A state semifinals. Stay with us for the CBS Evening News and KOAM News at 6. For the 4th straight year, second graders at Fairview Elementary School got to bring a popular New York City tradition to Carthage. Inspired by the Macy's Thanksgiving Parade, the students got to march around the school with their unique balloon designs, which they designed with popsicle sticks and paper.
Really artistic. They like to draw and create things, so I think they were really excited just to let their creativity out and draw things that they really enjoy either reading or watching on TV.
Prior to the parade, the students got a history lesson on the Macy's parade by reading the book Balloons Over Broadway. Now, the book is about Tony Sard, the puppeteer who helped bring the giant balloons to New York City. A little history lesson for the kids.
Pretty cool.
Yeah. So is it balloon weather today?
Well, I mean, the winds are going to pick up a little bit tonight into tomorrow. It does cool down. Look at the stretch of 30s and 40s, only 150 on the 10-day. We got Sunday night's low fixed to 28. Added in some light snow showers on Monday, so chilly.
Yeah, it is. Definitely. Well, thank you for joining us. The CBS Evening News is next, and we'll be back here for KOAM News at 6. We'll see you then. Have a great evening and an even better tomorrow.